2017 Chevy Trax front brakes. How to get it jacked up, get it off the ground. You got 5 19mm lug nuts you gotta take off. So if you don't have an impact, you're gonna want to break them loose before you jack it up. Now that you got the wheel off, I always like to turn the wheel the way that I'm working. Helps me get to the caliper bolts better. Turn it. We got 2 caliper bolts. One there. Oh, sorry. And one right there. Those are 18mm. I'll go ahead and zap those out. All right, we got our 18 mil on our Milwaukee. Go ahead and just zap these out. This came out too easy. That's not good. We'll make sure they're extra tight when we put them back on. Now we're gonna get our C-clamp just to help. We're gonna go ahead and loosen this up a little bit. Some people like to use pry bars or whatever, but I just go ahead and use the C-clamp. Now that we got the caliper off, sorry I didn't film it, it's just hard one-handed. Work with the C-clamp and get it off and whatnot. We gotta get this little guy that GM thought was a great idea. It's a T27 on this. Get her in. Comes out. None of this stuff should be hard. I mean, it's only a 2017. We do live in Michigan. So, if it's easy for me, it should be easy for you. Got the new rotor here. Get her opened up. Sorry about that. Sit you guys down for a second. All right, now what I like to do, easiest thing I've found, is I stick this guy on the way I stick it on backwards, basically 180 from the way it's supposed to go. So basically, let me get it slid on here. I slide around like that. Grab my can of brake clean real quick. Take my can of brake clean. When I grab it, I spray it down like this. Spray her all down. Now when I do this, should be able to flip it just 180 degrees. Make sure our hole lines up. Hole lines up for the Torx bit. Give this side a good spray down. And that's how I spray it. Then we just reverse the process. I like to take the bit off the impact, take my screw, put my screw on it, so I don't have a tripod. We'll push in on the rotor. Good enough at least to get the screw started. Get the screw started. Ow! Get the screw started and let her go. Just snug is all you need. A lot of people don't put them back in, but I like it for holding the rotor while replacing the pads. So be right back. We got the caliper sitting up on top of the rotor now. As you can see, these pads aren't that bad, but these rotors were actually warped. So that's why you can see the ring. They kind of see it, the shiny ring right there. They got grooved into them, so we're gonna get rid of these pads. Gonna leave that one in so we can press in the piston on the caliper. Okay, now you can see we got the C-clamp on the caliper. Just kind of clamping down, doesn't need too much force. Just be careful where you're clamping. And we're just gonna twist her in here. Now you don't really see it on camera because, like I said, these pads had a lot of meat left on them, but it pushed in a decent bit. Go ahead and pop this one out. Go ahead and pop that one out. You pop your new ones in. The squealer was on the piston side. So we'll grab the pad with the squealer. Squealer is that little silver tab right there. We're gonna go ahead and grease up the slide portion of the pad. I'm sorry, like I said, I don't have a tripod, so I'm trying my best here. Get the slide portion all greased up. We'll go ahead and clip her back into our caliper here. Then we'll go ahead and take our other pad. We're going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to do it off camera just a little bit easier. Got her nice and goobed up. Oop. We're going to go ahead and make sure we have our pads oriented correctly. Slide that in, slide the other side in. We're good to go. So now we're just gonna flip this back over and put it back on. I'm gonna do that and we'll be right back. We got our caliper and bracket on, bolts in, started. I'm gonna run them home with the impact. 18 mil on the impact. Okay. And then just straighten your wheel back up and put the tire back on. Now that you got your tire back on, go ahead and tighten the lugs down in a star pattern. Now start on the bottom. Sometimes these chrome cap lug nuts can give you a real fit. I'm a fake chrome. I always like to double check.
and we're good to go.